Friends and colleagues, what are you passionate about? Passionate.
The Passion Show on CFRU 93.3 FM Guelph, Ontario. With Wizard.
I'm a water wizard, Harry.
Hello world! You're listening to The Passion Show with Wizard on CFRU 93.3 FM. It's a do-it-together radio show all about passions and the people who have them. My name is Wizard.
My name's Mac.
Mac.
I made it.
You made it.
I made it. I'm here.
What's your story anyways, Mac? Who
Who
are you? What's your relevance to me?
I am Mackenzie Douglas Osborn.
That's right, you are.
I have been living in Guelph, born in Guelph, raised in Guelph, ancestry going back a couple generations in Guelph.
Oh, that's amazing.
A while. So I'm a Guelphite. I left here once. I came back.
What a mistake.
Yeah.
No, there are no mistakes.
Yeah, and I am a tradesman and a outdoor educator, and I live with Wizard.
Oh, what?
Snap.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Longtime fans of the show are probably saying, I thought Wizard lived in a basement dungeon.
No, he lives in a tower now.
I live in a tower now.
He
to think that when
I
I started the show in August of 2024, so like 4 or 5 full months before you and I even ideated about me moving in.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Well, I mean, I suppose we'd already ideated. The seed was planted. You had brought it up.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
I remember now.
But no, my plan back then was to move into past and future guest Senior Banana's recently vacated basement.
Oh, yes, and I was thinking about it as well.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Yeah. No.
Hey, it's a good basement. Not really. It's got lots of exposed wiring.
And it's definitely not legal.
And not legal. Fully illegal. Not a good place to be.
Yeah.
But hey, that's not our problem
Carpet's
anymore.
nice.
And it's not his problem either.
It's
The
siding.
carpet is really nice.
Yeah.
It's got a great like 70s vibe down there.
Yeah.
You know what our apartment needs? A shag carpet and a conversation pit.
Yeah.
Every apartment needs that.
That's true.
Our apartment needs lots of things, but it's fine.
It's good. It's got a workbench.
It's got a workbench. It's got a big TV. It's got for movie nights.
It's got food.
It's got a workable kitchen.
Yep. Anyway, I'm here.
Yeah.
I made it.
You're here. We made it. It's finally happened. I feel like we've talked about this before. And you're a passionate guy. The people are they're ribbing me. They're saying, Wizard, you live with Mac now. You got to find out. You have to tell the entire world. You have to get him to get on your show and tell everyone the answer to our burning question. You know what that question is, Mac?
What's the question?
What are you passionate about?
So many things. Too many things.
Too many things. You Knight of Swords, you.
I couldn't choose.
That's
so
okay.
I chose a cop-out, kind of. I chose living with the seasons. I'm passionate about living with the seasons.
That's what an outstanding episode title that's going to be. Because that's the title right there. Sometimes I have to be clever and make them up.
Yeah.
But like living with the seasons with Mac, boom, silver platter. What do you mean by that?
I mean that by a lot of things, but really I was thinking about, it's been a really busy time of year for me. It's always a busy time of year for me in early May, late April, going into June, really. Mm-hmm. Because I'm always living with the seasons. That's just a part of who I am and a big part of my life. So, it's been leeks. I'm about to go get fiddleheads after this. I've already done the garlic mustard, the nettles. I've been fishing. Things that I love in life are ephemeral and come for a little while and need to be taken advantage of while we've got them and appreciated while we've got them, and then move on to the next season and see next year. That's really what I'm passionate about, is a lot of things that
The ephemeral.
come and go with the seasons. So,
Ephemeral is such a beautiful word.
right?
I wonder what the root of that is.
I have no idea.
This comes up on this show every now and then.
Yeah.
etymology, because that's something I'm passionate about.
You need a guy in the back with an etymology. Just like
Yeah, he's right over there.
Yeah. Hey Siri, dictionary us etymology.
I bet you someone's phone. There's a running idea that we're talking right now. Like, who are we talking to, right? We're obviously directing our voice out to someone, but like, who? Well, the answer to that question is
Microphone.
No, beyond the microphone. It's the third person in this room. The third person in this room is someone who's driving their car in Guelph at 9 p.m. on a Friday. And they just tune into CFRU because they've lived here for a while and they know CFRU is the spot. And they love it. And they're hearing us talk. They don't know me. They don't know you. But we're talking to them. And so we might as well imagine them somewhere. Where do we imagine them? In the empty chair, of course. Right there. And for long-time listeners of the show, they've heard me refer to that chair right there a million times. And I think it's pretty funny that they don't know exactly what I'm talking about.
You should put a dummy in the chair.
I should put a dummy in the chair.
Yeah.
Maybe I go sit over in the chair. Maybe I'm the dummy.
Ask him what he's passionate about.
That'd be a fun one. I've tried to record alone before. That went horribly.
I can imagine.
I tried to do the idea was that I was going to review all the shows I've done. But then I just was like, I can't talk to myself. I can talk a lot, but I need someone, like a physical person, to be in the room with me.
Yep. Makes sense.
It does make sense.
I'd be the same.
But what I'm getting at is that someone should be there to etymology check for us.
You need a bigger staff.
I need a bigger staff. I don't have any staff. The only person I have, God bless his soul, is Chris Programmer, the amazing fella who books the studio and does so much stuff at CFRU. CFRU is an amazing place with a lot of great volunteers.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah,
cool.
as you should be. It's part of, you're a Guelph native.
And I've never been in CFRU, so this is a pretty cool space. Happy to be here.
And as I can give you more of a tour afterwards, we can go in all the rooms.
Cool. Would love that.
Yeah, what was it like growing up in Guelph anyway?
Growing up in Guelph was great. A lot of people who are listening probably remember Guelph in the late 90s and early 2000s as feeling a lot smaller. There wasn't as much expansion. I really miss Pergola Mini Putt, and driving out that way is always a little crazy these days. And
yeah, I've heard that area
farms and fields and forests.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely grown a lot since I was a kid. But the vibe is still the same.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, it always felt safe growing up here. Always walked home from school from a young age, spent a lot of time in the river and still hung out with your friends after school and let yourself into other people's houses. And there's a lot of community vibe growing up that you don't really see in the province anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we still got it, baby.
Still got it.
That's growing up in Saskatchewan, I distinctly remember sort of the knowing about Guelph, which is funny because...
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I knew about Saskatchewan.
It's Guelph has a lot in common with Saskatoon. University of Guelph is pretty similar to the University of Saskatchewan. They're both big time Aggie schools.
Aggie schools, yeah.
Probably two of the biggest Aggie schools in the nation. University of Saskatchewan's agriculture program is unbelievable. It is there is multiple entire farmers' fields in the center of Saskatoon. It's bizarre. Look at a map of Saskatoon, and it's like a donut. It's boom, right in the middle.
Cool.
It is super cool. You're driving on the highway, and it's just you're in the field now, and then now you're back in Saskatoon.
Yeah. I remember growing up in Guelph, there used to be a cattle farm, right where this Planet Bean is on Grange Road, and there's houses there now, I think. But there was a cattle farmer there for just refused to sell to the developers for a long time. And,
that's blessed.
I remember us fighting Walmart coming in. It took Walmart forever to open up across the street from that cemetery.
That's the spirit.
That's Guelph to me.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I think I've also heard about the development along that road, Woodlawn.
Yeah, it took a long time to get things approved there because people in Guelph are stubborn hippies.
Good for that place. Something that's kind of similar to Kincardine, the town of my family. Yeah. Which is there's no Walmart, no real big boxes in Kincardine, because they're a bunch of stubborn. They're we want downtown business. People can drive to stinking Port Elgin if they want Walmart, and there's starting to be a backlash against that, which drives me nuts because Kincardine is amazing. We don't need a stinking Port Elgin's got a Walmart. Come on, we don't need a Walmart.
We didn't need one either.
Exactly. Truly.
I was there today.
Not too bad. Maybe you don't exactly want to drive to Cambridge to go to Walmart.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
But hey, there's a cost to everything.
Yeah. Except for living with the seasons.
Great tie-in. Great loop back.
Yeah, it's part of what got me thinking about it is groceries are expensive these days, and
True.
nettles are free, and they're all along
Uh-huh.
the Grand Speed Aramasa River. So are the garlic mustards. You know, I made, I think, somewhere around 4 liters of like garlic mustard pesto. That's all in the freezer now, waiting for me and Wizard to eat.
I'm so excited.
On top of some cheap pasta.
I haven't even tried any of it yet.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You won't like it.
What? You don't think?
No, you'll like it. It's really good.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Especially like combined with some like shredded up cheese, like a pecorino romano.
I want
probably.
I want to throw it in some chicken. I want to like stuff a chicken breast.
Oh my god.
That and some.
That'd be
some
amazing.
Cheese.
We should buy a
Some
bird.
cheese.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's a dream life.
Yeah.
It's a dream life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been on that mission. You're
mission,
never
looking
spending
for
money on food anymore mission.
Yeah, trying not to spend money on food by finding the free food that's available in the seasons, you know, and everything's got a season. Right now it's greens and it's fish, and, you know, turkeys are open and bear is open, and doing what I can to, I'm leaving on Friday to go on a big fishing trip, and,
Oh, yeah.
you know, trying to get into that hunting lifestyle to be more with the seasons as well. But foraging's a great start too, because every time I don't catch a fish, there's still greens like at my foot right now.
You're
So
leaving
that's
me
really
all
great.
on my very lonesome for like the whole month of May.
Yeah, bringing home the fish.
You're gonna have to make a record in this month of May or something in the apartment. You're gonna have to be loud. It's gonna be movie night every night.
Yeah,
But only stinky movies that you wouldn't like, because I wouldn't want you to miss out.
good call.
You know, my listeners, you know, be it the anonymous car drivers or the Guelph arts community. Those are the 2 types of listeners I have.
Yeah.
What do they have in common? Nerds. All nerds. And they don't know. I mean, there are some, like, green thumbs that tune in, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I betcha I always get excited when I have the opportunity to provide my listeners with legitimate value instead of just... I mean, everything about this show is valuable because it's art and it's beautiful in its expression. Everyone who's come on here has been a poet. But... I get excited at the idea that someone could learn something tangible and usable by tuning into this show.
Yeah.
So is there any advice or something you can point out and share about foraging right now? This show is probably going to air in like 3 days.
For sure. Yeah, I would say, you know, particularly if we're talking about living with the seasons, what comes to mind a lot of time for me is what can we eat? What food is available coming out of winter? We're just getting into those starts, so it's a lot of those fresh greens. And fish, for me, is usually my focus, like I said before. And if you want to get into foraging, I would really first recommend learning about all of the toxic and poisonous plants in your area first. You know, my mentors always told me, if you know everything that hurts you, everything else can be an experiment. And I don't want you to experiment with anything you don't know about, but, you know, just knowing those not so many plants and really like not so many animals when it comes down to it that can harm you if you consume them opens up the rest of the world as a possibility. So
I love that.
It's a good first step. Yeah. When it comes to fishing, I'd say the first thing is you got to get a license. And you got to know the rules. And you got to know what you're fishing for and how to identify a fish. There's a lot to learn. If you just want to pick up a fishing rod, and I highly recommend like finding a mentor, because those mistakes do happen, and they're kind of irreversible. You know, if you keep a fish that's out of season, you could be in a lot of trouble. So finding somebody to teach you, and if you're totally new to fishing, is a good thing to do. Yeah.
Mentorship is like an amazing thing.
Yeah.
I mean, just earlier today, I was I mentioned something like I'm such a little baby in the world of making beautiful things and like hands-on crafting. And you said that you're a baby too.
Yep.
But we're different kinds of babies, so you can be my baby mentor, and then you can have a mentor too. Maybe they consider themselves a baby.
Yeah.
And compared to their mentor, we're all just a bunch of baby mentors.
Yeah. Mentoring was potentially going to be the topic of this show, and we'll come back and we'll do that one later. We'll just do living with the seasons for now, but mentoring will happen.
I mean, it all comes around. All this stuff gets discussed.
'Tis a season for everything. You know? Yeah.
So you live with the seasons, living with the seasons with Mac.
Living with the seasons with Mac.
So we know what's going on in the spring. We talked about the spring.
We have.
We're talking greens.
Yep.
We're talking
Fishing.
garlic mustard, pesto. We're talking about fishing.
Yeah.
What about in the summer? What goes on in Guelph area in the real hot and heavy summer months?
Yeah, so looking forward, coming into June, fishing still happens. I actually fish more locally in Guelph once June comes around. I fish for bass in Guelph Lake and pike in Guelph Lake for a little bit until it gets too warm. But then also starting to look towards like berry seasons. As a forager.
Oh, that is exciting. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so, the service berries, there's a lot of service berries around town.
Shout out to service berries.
There's a lot of raspberry plants around
Saskatoon
town.
berries. To some.
Yeah, there's a lot of blackberry plants around town. There's some great currants in some of the like community gardens, but like kind of working towards that berry season, which, I'll be honest, I don't have great wild berry spots in Guelph, so I tend to leave them. I think that's another important thing I wanted to touch on this episode is like the ethics of living with the seasons in like a densely populated area. We
talk about that a lot with the ramps.
Yeah. So ramps is a good example of a plant that you shouldn't even take the whole of, or maybe not even take a patch. I was at a ramp patch earlier this year that I'd never been to with a friend, and they couldn't really necessarily see how much foraging had taken place there and like what the full potential of a ramp patch can be. It tends to look like huge bounty because it is this huge bounty, but it deteriorates really quickly over time if you're keeping track.
The tragedy of the commons.
Yeah. So I really recommend like not foraging on public lands, especially, for things that are valuable like that. But for instance, a garlic mustard, first of all, it's illegal to pull plants from public land, so that's one thing to consider. But if you're a rebel like me, the garlic mustard is super abundant. Nettles can be super abundant, and people look at them as a pest. Looking to these things that we don't value as a society, they get overlooked when they're becoming a huge part of my diet this year. They're a huge part of my health. They're a huge part of my mental health to go out and be with these plants.
In my first spring in Guelph, I ate so much garlic mustard. I just wouldn't pack a lunch.
Yeah.
And
there's really no reason to buy greens this time of year.
Truly.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
But yeah, looking into the summer, like coming just around the corner, I start I start doing more bass fishing. I start thinking about berries. Really, once the trout season and those early greens are kind of over, that's when I start getting into my garden. Around the May 2-4 weekend, when everybody starts planting their garden, is around the time that those garlic mustards are getting too tall and too bitter. The dandelions have gone to seed. A lot of that spring green is over. The water's starting to heat up, and the trout are harder to catch.
That's surreal to think that that's already coming for us. Eh? It feels like spring just started 2 seconds ago.
It's always right around the corner. But like you're saying, I'm going away trout fishing, and I come back around on that May 2-4 weekend, and it'll be right into gardening.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But then there's always something to look forward to. Yeah. It's the ephemeral beauty of it.
Exactly.
It's like, oh no, spring's gone. Well, guess what's coming back in 9 months?
Yep.
More spring.
Yeah. But as the late summer comes on, the fishing starts to die down for me a little bit, and the farming gets a lot more intense, or gardening, I should say. It becomes the harvest season and more heavy weeding, and once that starts wrapping up, I got to start thinking about hunting season. Start thinking about deer in the fall, as well as the salmon runs, and going and targeting those salmon on some rivers. I think the season in Ontario for salmon opens up in August, I believe. Okay. So you can find some runs starting in August.
The idea of us having fresh salmon in our home could bring a tear to my eye. I've said that multiple times in this show.
Yep.
Of just things bringing a tear to my eye. People are going to think I'm bawling in here. Yep. But I kind of am. With excitement and at the prospect of living with the seasons. Yep. Like, come on. So that's what fall's all about.
Yeah.
Hunting, getting that deer, that salmon.
Winter we move into, that's craft season for me, and it's reading season for me, and if I'm being real, it's video game season for me. I don't have time for that.
That's part of living the season these days,
It really is, yeah. I kind of agree. It's like, if it's not video games, it would have been games in other traditional and indigenous cultures.
No, 100%.
Game time, inside time, is winter time. But it's also ice fishing, We go back to that kind of like, I always say like those shoulder months are the fishing months, and when it's really hot out, it's as much as I want to be in the boat and on the beach all day. It's time is kind of, my productive time is better spent like in the field and like in that garden space. And thinking about and prepping for the October deer season. Yeah.
I would really love to go ice fishing with you this winter.
I would really like to go ice fishing too. Didn't take advantage of it enough with this beautiful winter that we had.
Oh, it was just absolutely fabulous. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and that's honestly one thing I've struggled with in the last few years is not feeling like we get a winter. You know, as somebody who does live with the seasons, winter is definitely not my favorite of them. Like I was saying, I love spring. Spring is really when I feel like I'm coming alive. That's like my new year. I'm born, I'm born in May. It's my birthday.
And it's the birth of the, like, you know, it's when the season, like, if you think about the year in that way, like a life, and the spring is the beginning.
For sure. But I miss the winter. I really do. Those couple winters that we've had in the past with El Niños that are just make me feel like I live in London or something like that.
Yeah.
There's no snow around, and that kind of ruins the seasons for me. It takes away the ice fishing season for me. It takes away the snowshoeing for me. It takes away winter tracking is a huge part of my
winter tracking is so fun.
My life, and just getting cold. You know, I love pulling out the wool and the winter jacket.
And it just makes the spring feel so. The spring is my favorite month, candidly. Like, I love the spring.
Yeah.
And having the spring come after a real painful, but like you know, in that it's cold and legitimate winter is the most special thing. Like, I am living large this spring because it's like pulling off all these woolly layers.
Yeah, so you know this, but I guess the man in the chair in the car, whatever it is.
Yeah, the deer listener is what I call him. It could be even the deer listener.
The deer listener.
You know,
we're putting antlers on our head.
Yes, we certainly are. Oh, another common occurrence on this show is us doing physical gestures and having to explain them to the poor deer listeners.
Poor deer listeners.
The poor deer listeners. Anyway, we were saying something that I know.
On my head?
You'll never know. Wouldn't you like to be in this studio?
Wouldn't you?
Close your eyes and imagine. No, open them. You're on the road. Stop sign.
What was I saying?
Something that I know that the deer listener might not.
Sorry. So I didn't always live like this. You know, we all grow up with access to strawberries in the grocery store all winter long.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with like a lot of seasonal food or really like.
Yeah, me neither.
Any real attention to the seasons that much, other than I did do a lot of camping with my dad, and I was a part of scouting, so like I remember having pride in the like having all 4 seasons on my sash for like a camp all seasons, but I wasn't living with the seasons. It was maybe at best adventuring with the seasons. And then after high school, I went and started living at a place called Sticks and Stones Wilderness School. I lived out in the bush for about 3 years, and I spent one winter over in a shelter that I built myself, and that was 2015.
Wow.
Which is the coldest winter on Ontario record. It's
no way.
Something I like to brag about, but
I remember that because I was in grade 12 that year, and a bunch of our exams got canceled because it was so freaking snowy.
Yeah. But anyway, so like coming out of that winter, maybe it was 2014, doesn't matter.
Something like that.
Coming out of that winter, I remember seeing like the first patch of grass on the hill, and just like how happy and excited I was. And I probably shed a tear. I definitely like got down on all fours to look at just this green grass on the side of the hill.
That's beautiful.
And that's kind of what made it start, you know, like really like immersing myself outdoors. I am a guide and spend most of my time, at least like a third of my time these days, outside guiding and camping. So it comes a little more natural when you just have that exposure therapy. And I do recommend it to anybody in their life. You know, if you need if this resonates with you, then like go live in the bush for a year. It'll be good for you.
Yeah, why not?
You'll live with the seasons after that.
That's something that comes up on this show a lot. Get outside. Get outside, people. Go start by going for a walk. You know, you don't need to just like jump into the bush for a year necessarily, although that would be pretty raw.
Yeah, you do need to do that, actually. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess we disagree. I'm saying ease into it.
I'm saying full
Mac
immersion.
Is saying just
immersion experience.
Just go right now.
At least
go into the bush tomorrow. Yeah, why not? I mean,
it is a great time of year for it.
Yeah, truly. Like the land is very holding right now.
Yeah,
very temperate and beautiful.
Yeah, you just live off the garlic mustard.
Oh, imagine.
Wizard, you should leave tomorrow. You have to pay your rent still, though.
No, I don't want to pay my rent. No. If I leave, man, that would be bad news.
Yeah.
That would throw a lot of people's plans into, or I suppose, out of whack.
Yeah.
If I were to just up and abandon my life. Yeah. But it'd be pretty cool, though. Maybe I should do that. Listeners, call in. Tell me, do you think Wizard should abandon everyone? Then there'd be no more Passion Show.
I think he should do it.
Well, I'll take that into consideration. We can put that on the little chalkboard.
Yeah, we'll put it on the chalkboard.
We have a cute little chalkboard in our home.
Underneath eggs and butter.
Eggs, butter, vanilla.
Leave society behind.
Leave society behind. It's just something to cross off the list. I'll have to really delay getting vanilla. So I can keep thinking about this. It's funny.
Love it. So what are some seasonal things that happen in your life, Wizard?
Oh, you're going to ask me some questions.
Yeah.
I love it. That's always how this goes. You see, it's a back and forth.
I would turn the table, but it seems to be
the table can't be turned. This is an unturnable table.
Metaphorically, just
Scrape!
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you about how I feel about the seasons. As we've discussed, I think of seasons as being closely connected with stories, because a good story has some life or some birth. It has a moment of birth. It has living. It has dying, and it has death. And then, of course, that birth is also a rebirth, and so the cycle continues. And that's what the year is like. That's always how I try and embody my seasons. Spring, the birth season. You witness birth all around you as the little, baby Phil heads are poking up through the ground and whatnot. Summer, the thriving, the living, the joyful child. Fall is the time of slowing down, and tending to the young, the elder. And then winter, the season of death, of shelter, of video games,
of Stardew Valley,
and FPS games, and hot chocolate, and lots of, I don't know, bowling. What did I get up to in the winter?
Catan.
Settlers of Catan. You got your pool, going down to the pool hall for Sunday cheap pool, and then spring. Run it right back, you're recharged. And that is always how I picture. That's like the great story. That's why, that's the source of rebirth mythology, I think, is that we witness it. It's core to our existence. And it's a beautiful thing. And that's why I like New Year's as a idea, even though it's too bad that New Year happens in the middle of the winter, although I suppose it kind of makes sense. If you think of the first half of winter,
is it going to be at death or is it going to be at birth? Is that
exactly?
What you're thinking?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's kind of funny to split winter in half like that, but it makes sense. I would put the New Year on the spring equinox, if it were up to me. I would do too. But I think it also, there's something quite poetic to where it lies, and also just the tradition of it. But I love a New Year because, and I love New Year's resolutions. And this has to do with living with the seasons, I swear.
I agree.
Because thank you. Yeah. Because it's like people, meaning is hard to come by. People struggle to find meaning, and that's for a reason. Meaning isn't meaningful if it's just totally abundant. And so it's important to take things that are potential providers of meaning, like, for example, a year, and make it, and hold on to that and make it special. And people sometimes say, like, oh, what's a year is just, what's the point of a year? It's just, we just went around the sun one time, like, who cares? It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Going around the sun, that is significant.
It's the completion of the cycle.
It's the completion of the cycle. That's, to me, there's nothing more significant than that. And the same goes for birthdays. I understand. I do empathize with people who have different value systems, and I understand it. But a full journey around the sun, as a, what a birthday is, that's special. I think that's inherently special.
Yeah.
That has intrinsic value, and it ought to be celebrated. And that's why, fingers crossed, I get my surprise birthday party this year. Who knows? Yeah, knock on wood, exactly.
That is something like holidays and occasions and stuff like that is something that was never a big deal in like my home growing up. And it is something that I'd want to bring in more. And so like this fishing trip I'm about to go on is like my birthday tradition. And that's about all I've got in terms of like a date on the calendar where I'm always in the same place doing the same thing every year, or at least like celebrating it or achieving it in some way. I still do Christmas and whatever like any other normal person, but I don't make a big deal out of it. And I think I'd like to change that, and try and incorporate things that resonate more with me and into those practices. Yeah,
I agree. Like I'm the same way. I think I had a pretty normal childhood around big days, but I like them, and I want more big days in the year that aren't just like Catholic holidays.
Yeah.
All your Easters and whatnot.
I'm a big
not that
fan of
I even have a huge problem with those. I just think like the more the merrier when it comes to special days.
I've got an idea.
Let's hear it.
I think we should have Family Day every month.
Yeah, honestly.
Because that's a great holiday.
It is a great holiday.
Yeah. Spend it with your family.
Why not?
Yeah.
I love my family.
Yeah.
They're gonna future friends of the show and future guests. My family. Yeah. With any luck.
No more stats, just family days.
Yeah, no stat. Yeah, stat holiday
just
bungus.
Family days.
Statistical holiday, my butt.
Yeah, that's how I solve non-denominational stat holidays.
Ugh,
They're
cringe.
all family days.
They're all family days now. Why not? Family, and if you don't have family, find some family.
Yeah, you get
family is everywhere.
Family days a year. That's what I want.
We're all human people. We're all family in some regard. Community is key.
Yeah.
I love seasons. You've brought in I feel like there is so much more we could even talk about.
For sure. What
like what? About? Seasons, baby.
Seasons?
They're amazing. There's some parts of the world that don't even get seasons. It's bonkers.
Yeah, I think about that. I think about the equator. So get this.
Some
people don't know this. One of my other passions in life is woodworking. We won't get too deep into it, but wood.
That's for your third episode.
That's episode 3, maybe 4.
This is going to become the Mac show with Wizard.
Mac's passions with Wizard.
I mean, why not? I'm truly... Sure. If any past guests are listening to this, I just hope you know... anyone who's ever been on the show is welcome to return at any point. So,
but anyway, trees that grow along the equator, so a lot of like those exotic hardwoods that we value up here and spend a lot of money on, don't have growth rings.
What?
Because they don't have a season. There's no winter, and they kind of have growth rings, but you look at them on the end grain, and it's not the same as trees that grow in a place that has seasons because there's no winter or what they call early or late wood. Yeah.
So you're telling me that growth rings come from seasons?
Yes.
It's like a cedar's growth rings.
Yeah.
How? Explain this. Tell me about wood. I don't understand. Wood. You and like everyone I work with understands wood intimately, and I'm just like, that's the stuff trees are made of.
But this is for episode 3. I'll tell you what.
Get off it.
I'll tell you, winter is the season for harvesting wood.
Okay.
And working with wood. And one thing I have been thinking of as a craftsman in terms of the seasons is like 'cause I always have goals. And these days, especially with woodworking, I rarely achieve them. I'm kind of more focused on other things. But the getting prepped for the next season is always what I'm kind of doing as a woodworker. So it's like in the winter time, I don't want to be working on a toboggan. I need my toboggan to be working.
Yeah. Astute observation.
Likewise, in the summertime, I don't want to be building a paddle.
Yeah, you don't want to.
My paddle.
Yeah, you're like, where
working.
are my baskets to weave?
Yeah.
Or to carry around things. Yeah. I sure hope I already weaved them.
And there are fun things. So, like in the fall and in the spring is the best time for weaving, which is also the biggest harvests of the year. Right? Like we were talking about with those spring greens and leeks, and like spring has been, a big time of abundance and a time of working hard and bringing in a lot of fish in this part of the world for a long time. So is the fall, and the summer doesn't have as much need for a basket, although it's there. Anyway, there's fun things that match up as a craftsman and as a forager, like weaving in with these seasons of abundance. But also like as a craftsman, kind of more so living in the modern days, like I really need to be focused on the next season in order for things to be ready. I want to be building bows in the summertime so that I can shoot them in the fall. And I want to be working on my toboggan in the fall so I can pull it in the winter. And all winter long is the time to build all sorts of things and maintain all those
for
things.
the whole year. Yeah, maintenance.
Yeah.
That's another word I associate with winter.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are you working on now for the summer?
Well, the thing is, I didn't finish the bow that I was going to finish over the winter.
That's right.
I'm behind.
The one that's been sitting on our
Yeah.
thingy for the past forever.
like I said, my focus has been a little bit elsewhere, so I haven't been
You and I,
accomplishing the woodworking very much.
part of the reason you and I work so well as roommates is that we both keep ourselves pretty damn busy.
Yeah, no one's ever there.
It's true. And when we are together, it's like a beautiful little
Just our
hour.
animals.
You know, like let's watch a movie, let's play some chess. But for the most part, we're zipping.
It gives our animals, our two pets, lots of time to become animated,
become best friends,
come to life, and talk
exactly.
in English.
I had to speak in English, like
Like it's Toy
like the
Story.
DreamWorks The Secret Life of Pets 2015.
Exactly. It's happening at our house all the time.
It's true. It probably is. I wonder if that
It could
movie
be
came out in
happening right
2015.
now.
No, I have a no fake news policy on my radio show. The Secret Life of Pets. 2019. Rats. That's far off. That's embarrassing. What can you do?
Good
Anyway.
fact check. Like I said, you need a guy for that.
Yeah. No, it's got to be. Yeah, I have to have, like how all those big, huge podcasts have some guy who they're just like, yo, Billy Bob, can you fact check that or whatever?
Hey, Frank,
Frank,
play the silly noise.
yo, Jeanette, Google this fact. No, it's got to be me Googling the fact. I love taking an awkward break in my radio show to go on my telephone, briefly see all the notifications that I have to ignore for the next hour, and to Google when did The Secret Life of Pets from DreamWorks release.
It is cheaper that way too.
It's true. Yeah,
if
I don't
there's
got money.
anything I love about living with the seasons, it's how cheap it is.
Yeah, exactly. You can save up all your great paychecks to spend on things like tax and rent, and that's it.
And
fixing your
seeds
car.
and soil and
Yeah, of course.
and fishing line and baskets and
And
there is,
et cetera.
there is an investment end
Yeah.
of things sometimes living with the seasons, but there's also ways to get things done.
Yeah,
thrifty,
the
so
investment is a great word for it because you reap reward.
it is
I
true.
love. I try and only spend money on things that will pay me back in some way, and not as in money, but like I spent a good little chunk of change on my bicycle a couple weeks ago, and it's already paying me.
a good investment.
It's paying me big time. It's
Yeah.
saving me on gasoline. It's giving me amazing, like, cardio. It's having me spend time with my friends biking around, laughing, and it's only gonna keep paying those dividends. It's a worthwhile investment. Where and I'm a thrifty guy. I'm a thrifty boy. I'm a miserly even.
Was that bike new, Wizard?
Oh no, not even close. Well, I mean, it was good as new. It was a nice bike. I got lucky. Got a $700 bike for $125
There you go.
on my good old friend Marketplace, best website in the world.
Thrifty man.
Thrifty man with a thrifty plan. That's what they call me.
Thrifty guy.
Thrifty guy.
Thrifty guy.
Thrifty guy. What were we talking about?
Living with the seasons.
That's right, living with the seasons. I love the seasons.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? You said what your least favorite season was. You don't like the winter.
I wouldn't say it's my least favorite. I just
Ooh,
struggle
but
with
then
this question.
Rank the
Favorites?
seasons. Rank the seasons.
Spring,
Spring's the goat.
fall,
Yeah.
winter, summer.
You're putting summer in number
I'm putting
number
summer
last.
in number last.
Okay.
It's too hot.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm with you. Spring is absolutely the goated season.
Yeah.
Fall, 1,000,000% in second place. Fall used to be my number one.
Yeah.
But like spring, just like, you and I, we're knights. We prioritize action, movement.
Yeah.
And this is all going to come back around in the next episode of the show, which hopefully is about tarot cards. See, now I'm even throwing in references to future episodes, not just past episodes. It's sort of the brilliant intertextuality of the Passion Show.
You're getting there.
But you and I prioritize movement, so a season like spring makes sense for us to, for it to be our favorite.
Yeah.
And then fall is just so beautiful. It's also, it's like the season of mentorship, or that's how I think about it.
I think of it as deer season.
It's deer season, but
That's
like
why
the
it
deers
gets
are
number two.
teachers.
Yeah.
And it's pretty great, you know. There's a reason school starts in fall, I really believe. It's just because, like, that's the feeling of that season.
Yeah. As much as I hate the idea of taking summer away from children, I really want public schools to teach gardening. So, like, I don't know. I think we got to move around. I think we got to take the winter
Well, I feel
off.
like they just gotta go to, like, a 2 months on, 1 month off schedule. Wouldn't that be great?
Maybe.
It would give them 2 extra months off, but it would mean, because, like, imagine January, February, March is off.
Sure.
April, May, June is off.
Yep.
July, August, September is off. October, November, December is off. And then in those, with
Something
all
like
that
that.
extra time, there would be more extra school curricular activities for kids to do, like like a 2 or 3 week apprenticeship. That's always been my with a
never
bullet.
thought of
How
that.
am I gonna do one reform action that is gonna help fix public school? That's my thing. But I
can't wait for
There's
the,
like a
the
bazillion
mentoring
things
and
you could do to
education
school.
episode.
It's gonna be a great episode.
That'll be episode 2. We'll do mentoring and education
Yeah.
for episode 2.
We'll kick woodworking down the road.
It's number 6 now.
Number sheesh.
Gotta get gardening and fishing and just do a dedicated foraging one. There's a lot of things.
There's a lot of things to be passionate about.
I'm actually going to start my own podcast.
I think you should. What, podcasts?
Oh wait, radio show.
There you go.
Radio show.
That's another passion show runner. You know, I hate that I'm just like defaulting to explaining all the running jokes to my guests, which I shouldn't do. I should make them be a little bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
But it comes up a lot. The idea of this being a podcast, which it certainly kind of is, but it's primarily a radio show.
Fair enough.
Because the radio is like
in CFRU.
It's true. We're in CFRU. Cool.
Good old CFRU.
93.3 FM, baby. 9 p.m. Fridays at 9. I totally lost my train of thought.
I don't even have radio in my car.
No?
No,
That's a bummer.
I know.
I'm happy that my car has that slick little antenna on the back. I can pick up. I've listened to my own radio show on the radio exactly one single time.
Nice. That's fun.
And it was in the car with a friend of the show, Davey, and friend of the show, Abigail, little tiny child. And it was back in October, and it was Annie's episode about spoons and mushrooms. And that's it.
Spoons and mushrooms.
I kind of just assume that my show is on the radio because I'm always doing stuff on Friday at night.
Fair enough.
That's because I'm a popular guy who does lots of cool stuff. JK, Friday nights are my video game with the boys nights. So I'm just sitting there
Stuff.
playing Jeopardy on Google Chrome with my high school friends.
Yeah, I don't have game night anymore this time of the year.
Tragic.
I know. It's
No, yeah,
it's not so tragic.
It's not that
'cause
tragic.
there's
You're doing a lot of
season for
other
these
stuff.
things.
Yeah, exactly.
I
That
got
is-
gardens to plant.
I do have a running joke with my high school friends where when winter starts, we say, all right, it's video game time. Because that's when we really start going every single Friday.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just another reason the seasons are pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, I have a question for you.
Hit me.
Fall or autumn?
Fall.
I'm an autumn guy.
I don't know where autumn comes from. Who says it? Why?
Where does it come from? I don't know.
It's
Who
fall.
says it? Me. I like it because it just is such a beautiful and poetic sounding word. Although I do appreciate that fall is like very descriptive of what the season is. I like that it's kind of the opposite of spring.
I just like as few syllables as possible. you know?
Autumn. It's just sort of beautiful. We're looking it up. We're going
wordy.
into the Passion Show etymology corner. I'm going to my etymological dictionary.
Hey Janet, can you look up that word for
Yeah.
us?
Yeah, okay. Sure, I'm Janet now. Whatever. First of all, before we do autumn, let's do ephemeral.
Yes. Look up ephemeral.
But
It's
before
'tis
we
the
do that,
season.
can we guess what it might be? Like, are there any other words I can think of that have like ephem as a thing?
I'm gonna say it's French.
You think it's French?
I'm gonna say it's French.
Ephemeral.
What is French, Alex?
I don't know. I'm gonna say it's Latin. I'm gonna say it has Latin roots. Ephemeral. Ephemera, that's right. Okay, ephemeral. See ephemera. originally of diseases and lifespans lasting but one day, extended sense of transitory from 1630s. So let's go to ephemera. I feel like that will be a little more handy. Ephemera, late 14th century, originally a medical term from medieval Latin. Ephemera, fever lasting a day. From a Greek god, ephemeros, daily. Whoa, this is awesome. I didn't expect it to be this cool.
I didn't expect it to have that kind of, like, that's not what I think of ephemeral, like daily.
No, but I mean, I guess it makes sense. Because, like, the modern meaning of ephemeral basically just means...
For a day.
I mean, like,
Or
when we
like
use
something like
ephemeral,
that.
like, it would be, like, for an amount of time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I suppose for a day makes sense. So then there's the, like, the epi thing at the start, like, I suppose EpiPen and whatnot, or epi, other words that start with epi, EpiPen. Epinephrine is what that's for. I wonder what the connection between ephemeral and epinephrine is. Anything else in here?
I'm trying to remember.
General thing of transitory existence is when it started in that meaning in 1751. Whoa, compare Greek ephemeroi, meaning men, literally creatures of a day. Cool. All right, that one yielded. When you look at a lot of etymological roots of words, you start to get a sense of when they're going to be cool.
Yeah.
And ephemeral definitely rings like that's when we're gonna want to dive into. Autumn, much less so.
Yeah.
But let's give her a look.
Autumn sounds English to me. Sounds like it's from
like it'll be
Wet Isles.
But first of all, do you have any reflections on that whole ephemeral thing? I want to steamroll.
Well, it's just very surprising to me that it means for a day, or like that it has those old roots.
Yeah, I want to.
I guess I could have like predicted. It sounded French to me, and just like French is a Latin language, and it sounded that way. But like, yeah, I guess it's changed quite a bit over time. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean what it used to.
Words are awesome.
Things like that happen. I wish I could remember it right now. Somebody was telling me about the scientific name for ramps for wild leeks, which is a Latin name.
Yeah.
And it means bear garlic.
What?
It translates. Yeah, it's like Oros or Ursus something. Ursa allium.
Ursa, classic. Ursa allium. Byron was telling me this today.
Is it Ursa allium?
It is Ursa allium.
Bear garlic.
That's hilarious. Yeah, allium.
Because it's
out
at the same time
connection.
as the bears, right? Like when the ramps are waking up, so are the bears.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Don't pick ramp roots. That's the last time I say it.
All right. Do not do it.
Don't do it.
Leave them put. They want to stay.
Leave them put. If you're going to do it on private land that you know you're the only one foraging, and then replant seeds in that spot in the fall.
You heard it here first, folks. But I hope you haven't heard it here last.
Yeah.
You have to spread the word. Only you can prevent ramp patches from being destroyed.
Use them sparingly. Dehydrate them and freeze them.
I think we need to clarify that
last
ramps and
very
wild leeks are the same
Ramps
thing.
and wild leeks are both Ursa.
You and I both use those phrases interchangeably. I prefer ramps though.
Yeah, it took me a while to get onto ramps, but I like it now.
I think I just like learned that first, and I got confused when people started talking about wild leeks. But also, it kind of just sounds more poetic.
Yeah.
Ramp.
Yeah.
All right, let's do autumn. All right, ready?
Yeah. What are the roots of autumn?
Okay. Late 14th century. Autumn. Yeah, autumn. Modern form from 16th century. From Old French. There you go.
Dang it.
Autumn.
I said it was English.
Oh, yeah, you pivoted. From Latin, autumnus. Also, autumnus, perhaps influenced by octus, increase, which is of unknown origin. Oh, those are always fun. Perhaps it is from Etruscan, but Tucker suggests a meaning drying up season, and a root in aqua, which would suggest the form in C was the original. What? And compares archaic English sur month, meaning August. So August autumn connection, perhaps. Devan, apparently some kind of author, writes, Although summer, winter, and spring are inherited IE words in Latin, Indo-European, I would guess that means. A foreign origin of autumnus is conceivable, since we cannot reconstruct a Proto-Indo-European word for autumn. There you go. So it sounds like it's a bit of a mystery. Autumnus.
Mystery.
I love language mysteries. It's crazy that we just have words and we're like, where'd that come from?
There's always a good story behind that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stuff like that makes me, I feel like one of my most, there's always a bit of a knife in my heart about the fact that I can't time travel.
Yeah, that would be a good one, eh?
To be able to go back in time and just know stuff.
Just look, yeah.
I just want to know. I just want to see it like a ghost.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a similar, there's a iconic episode of the show where I talk about how badly I want to live forever.
Oh, I would love to talk about that. You
How
can live
long?
with the seasons forever.
Exactly. And my main thing is like, I just have this like, this curiosity, which I think is pretty human. I just am so curious about how things are going to turn out for humanity.
Yeah.
And for the planet and like what the creatures are gonna do and what the seasons are gonna do and just what's gonna happen. I want to know. I'm a simple human.
Selfish reasons for wanting to live forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, I just want to I'm having a great time, you know.
That's the thing.
Just want to keep it going. But I also think it would be like, everyone's always like, oh, they'd lock you up or something. You'd be a freak. It's like, no. I'd be here forever.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I have all the time in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People are always, it's fine, we're just relitigating this episode now, but it's a great, I'm happy you agree.
Yeah.
But like my main argument, people are always saying like, oh, you'd get bored or whatever. They're like, oh, life is only meaningful because it has an end. I'm like, yeah,
my chess OLE is only 304 now.
Exactly.
It's dropped 100 points over a
Your
couple
ELO?
days. Yeah, my ELO.
We gotta see. You could get those numbers up if you live forever.
Yeah, it's gonna take.
You have a 3,000
forever.
ELO.
It's gonna take forever.
You could be an ultra GM
to get that thing even above 1,000.
Exactly, but you can do it.
So.
And it's just like I want to watch. You know, I want to know. And for the same reason, the reason I bring this up is because it just makes me so like. There's so much I want to know how it happened. I want to know where words came from. I want to know the truth of the past, and it's beautiful. Kinda, I guess that I can't. There's no way. But like, what I wouldn't give.
You know, I would start a band, and it would be like you would rate my music not on like my decades. You know, I wouldn't be like David Bowie's decades. I'd have centuries.
So, like, if you were to live forever?
Yeah, if you were to live forever.
Oh, man, it'd be like, that century of Mac.
Yeah.
What would your band be called?
Mac in the 2500s was way edgier than Mac in 3592.
That Mac really was onto something, man.
Out.
He sold out this millennia. In the late 3000s. You're like, we gotta go back.
What would my band be called?
Yeah, if you were to start a band, what would you call it?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I've definitely thought of it before.
I've thought of it like a million times.
I don't have an answer for you right now. What's a thematic answer for right now? Would be
call it autumnal. No, you don't like. You call it fall,
spring, summer,
boy.
winter.
Wait, what?
Fall, spring, summer,
Fall,
winter.
spring, summer, winter. One word.
Boy.
I would call my band Boxing Day. I think that'd be a cool name. I don't know why. I just think it's funny.
I don't like it.
Boxing Day.
No, I don't like it.
Or I'd call my band. I have this idea. I have some friends who we want to start a band called Mr. Cigarette. I don't smoke. I don't smoke cigarettes. Haven't in years. But I think it'd be kind of funny to have a band called Mr. Cigarette.
Yeah, no, I still don't like it.
No?
No.
All right, let me keep thinking then.
Okay.
What if I called my band... I don't know. That's the only ideas I got. What if I call it Friendship?
Fiddleheads and Morels.
Fiddlehead would be a pretty good name. I feel like that sounds like you're like a folk band.
Yeah.
Just a fiddle. And you're invoking the fiddle.
We would have like a folk millennia.
I feel like a stomp, clap, like millennial, folksy indie band called Fiddlehead. Feel like a Decemberists kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, done.
Do you mess with the Decemberists?
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty good.
Oh, yeah. They're I haven't listened to them in years, but that's a good band.
It is a good band.
Yeah. See, this is where you need more staff. We could put on a record right now
Oh,
if you
that's
had
true.
staff to do it.
This is a beautiful thing about the passion show. It always just powers off into this kind of talk. But that's what it's about. Like, this show isn't supposed to necessarily be a super duper focused thing. We can have.
Well, that's good.
We can talk about the Decemberists.
As I started this episode, I'm not a super focused person.
That's okay.
Necessarily.
That's why we're splitting you out into your own little Mac mini series.
Yeah, that's why
The Passion Show presents
my own
a month of
radio
Mac.
I'm not making my own radio show to be specific. I am going to just make a podcast, which this is not.
Do it. I mean, you can use this place. People make podcasts in CFRU. You just need to do, I have friends who did a show over there.
Cool.
I say pointing towards a place that poor dear listeners will never.
Wizard put antlers on his head again.
What? No, I didn't. Maybe I did. The poor dear listeners will never know where I'm pointing, but it's possible to do podcasting here. You just have to send an email to the volunteer people at Goodwill CFRU. They'll train you up. You can do a podcast with this amazing equipment. I would listen to it. I wish everyone I know did a show like this. I think that would enrich my life. And
It'd be a lot to listen to, though.
it would be. But I've got a lot of time, baby.
Fair enough. I don't.
Yeah, you don't. Who am I kidding? I also don't. I'm behind on all my podcasts
Yeah.
and all my radio shows.
Yeah.
But that's just because it's the season that keeps on giving, right? We're so busy this season.
Yeah. You know, we have been talking about crafting in the seasons. We've talked about eating in the seasons, foraging and farming, fishing, hunting in the seasons. We haven't talked about just hobbies in the seasons.
And we won't be able to because it's the end of the show, baby.
What?
Hobbies. What are our hobbies?
Well, it's
who knows?
Birding right now. It's going to become canoeing. And then it's going to become hunting. That's going to become video games. And now the show's over. So
Beautiful. Well, there's one little last tradition on the Passion Show.
And what's that?
So we end the show by sharing gratitude.
Nice.
Makes sense. Because gratitude is an incredibly important and transcendent
Always
thing
in
to share.
season.
Always in season. Beautiful bow. All right, I'll go first. You go second. Just a short little bit of gratitude. We don't have a ton of time. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my friends who are in Guelph and who aren't in Guelph, who have left Guelph. I'm grateful for clouds. I'm grateful for wind. I'm grateful for music. I'm grateful to live in the ward. I'm grateful to live with a true friend. And I'm grateful for my cat. That's what I'm grateful for. What are you grateful for?
Yeah, I'm feeling really grateful to be here at CFRU, feeling really grateful for Guelph, my hometown, and feeling grateful for this place that we all live on Turtle Island, feeling just grateful for community, whether it's just around the corner in the ward, whether it's all at Guelph or all around the world. Community is what makes everything go around, keeps things in season.
Spoken like a poet. Thank you so much. I've been Wizard.
I'm Mac.
And remember, only love will stop the killing. Over and out.